Hi guys, it's Simon here. I realise I haven't been able to update the channel in like a month, so I'm really sorry, but exams ended up taking priority, as did the city experience for the first part of this week. But I'm back now, so no need to fret upon that, and I'm going to launch back into it by doing a ramble that I was supposed to do last night, but I was obviously too tired, so that didn't go up. And hopefully I'll leave room for a nice trending takeover shortly afterwards. So, let's get into this. The first topic of this rant will be about Marc O'Neill haters. Now, as most of you know, I am a massive Big Brother fan, so I tend to watch as much as I can. And to be fair, Time Bomb was okay, but the first few weeks were a teensy bit lagging. So the 4 in 4 out twist was invented, where 4 brand new housemates would come in to stir up some trouble, and 4 lagging housemates would be given the boot. Among the new housemates coming in were Harry Amelia, Sam, First Night Evictee, Showbiz, Simon, and Marc. Now, Marc was the one that really raised eyebrows, because he got into like 3 arguments that first night. He got Chloe into strife when he said that Big Brother was taking her into the diary room for an STI test. And oh my god, my jaw just hit the floor and I just started laughing. He ended up having an argument with Danny about it, where Danny was like, "This is my house," kind of mentality, where I'm like, no you dipwad. Not only are you a sexist pig, but you're also an ignorant pig as well. It's not your house, it's Big Brother's house, you knob. And the third argument where he questioned, I think it was Jade's honesty, because apparently she had a boyfriend outside of the house, and she really didn't take nice to Marc being in there. She even tried to get him thrown out. Nasty. But public opinion ended up starting to build on Marc to his favour, and that led to him getting fake evicted into the bunker for Time Warp Week, where, surprise surprise, Helen Wood returns, Channel 5's best lapdog. And Marc and Helen instantly became friends, and people have started hating him this week for that. So I'm going to go through the trend thing and find exactly what people are saying, and kind of sell them down the river. And I need a Strepsil because my throat is starting to hurt. Let's start with the current argument. Marc Disco Light says, "Wear trousers, BB Marc." I can actually explain this away, because it's been said in press release that Marc was only told he had a limited amount of time before entering the house, so quite obviously he rushed to get his bag packed, and as you do when you rush to get your bag packed, you're going to leave something behind. Unfortunately for Marc, it was his trousers. He thought that Big Brother was going to give him some when he got inside, but no shaboo. So Marc has been forced to wander around in his jocks/boxer briefs for most of the show. So it's not Marc's fault, it's Big Brother's fault. So Marc, Disco Lights, take your comment to irrelevancy land where it belongs now. See ya. No one will miss you. Tracy Barclay says, "You're so right, BB Danny, and here goes BB Marc. I saved him. Feck off, BB Marc, you dick." Haven't you realised that Marc's an educated dick? That shouldn't even have been up there. I'm just doing that for the sake of it. Actually, he's not an educated dick. He's just a strategist, not a dick in the slightest. You need strategy to play this game. Look at Will Kirby. Look at Dan Greshling, I think his name is. Look at Derek from the last series of US Big Brother. They were all strategists. They knew how to play the game properly, and they ended up winning their seasons. Although Dan lost his second one, but still, he won one, which is good enough. You need strategy and how to tick people off to move forwards, and it worked in Marc's favour, and is still working in his favour, because I can get that sort of, that humour with his stirring up comments and that kind of a direction that he took, because I'm very much into the Paul Fennick, Chris Lilly side of humour because I've been raised off that for a very long time. And now that he's starting to improve his strategy game, I'm like, here's a game player who knows how to play it right. Not like Ashley Coyle from last series, who literally had her plan backfire on her. This guy, Marc, really knows how to play the game. So, if you essentially want niceties, turn on Series 4 on YouTube. You'll be able to find the clip somewhere down the bottom of the shit pile. Goodbye. Oh, we've got some medical advice now. Dr. Alan Pang says, BB Marc really loves the taste of shit from BB Helen's ass. There's a difference between being a best friend and having your head shoved up someone's ass. Nadia, with her head shoved up Penis Hilton's ass, is the example of someone's head shoved up their ass. Or someone else's ass, I should be saying. Nadia literally was so blinded that she couldn't use common sense. Had she used common sense, she would have lasted a hell of a lot longer. It eventually led to her 4th eviction. I really wanted it to be Perez, but I could understand why the viewers would pick Nadia, because coming after Callum Best like that, come on, that's just not okay. What Marc and Helen have done is essentially the term of best friends, and it was the same with Ash with Helen. Because Marc and Ash are kind of very similar in their kind of contrasting sort of styles. The only contrast is that Marc was a favourite to win and Ash wasn't able to get pretty close to being a favourite to win, although he should have been in the top 2 with Christopher. And I still vouch this to this day. Anyway, they could see that Helen was doing wrong, but they didn't have their head completely shoved up her ass. Marc even tried to stop Helen from rowing at Brian before Brian's exit, and he was obviously... Marc was pretty shocked when Helen pretty much picked up the can and lobbed it across the room, so... I don't think Marc has his head shoved up Helen's ass, because if he did, he'd just be vouching along for everything she'd been saying, like, yeah, and he hasn't done that, so... Essentially, that comment is irrelevant. Can I take your degree off you now? Thank you. Let's see what else we've got. Oh dear. Here's this one. Snark Queen. Can I just say the king of snark is Damon Salvatore and his queen is Elena Gilbert. So... you may want to change your username. This bitch has gone in quite often on Marc, and I'm going to be showing you some of the other things. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit down. Shit's about to get real. She's saying, BB Marc is terrified. He's clinging to Sam now. Helen and Simon are gone. Have you heard the term trying to mend fences? He's trying to obviously mend his fences with her. Because, to be honest, Sam kind of went off on him, and that's probably due to the fact that he was being more friendly with Helen than with her. And from the photos that have started to come out from the page, he seems to be trying to turn the other cheek and trying to get back into Sam's good books, because I have a feeling he really does like her. He's really kind of a plush teddy bear in a way, because plush teddy bears look after people. If he wasn't a plush teddy bear, he wouldn't be looking after Joel. And Joel's mum wouldn't have thanked him. Simple as that. So let's move on to what she is saying about other things to do with Marc. She says, Marc won't get immunity. He's spellbound enough little girls and gays with his pastel pants to be safe. She's essentially saying that his fandom is made up of little girls and gay people. How bloody ignorant is this woman? Come on! It could be made up of anyone. It could be made up of a straight man. It could be made up with big adult girls. I've recently joined a BB Marc appreciation page, and these ladies that are on the page, I'm sorry, you cannot constitute them as little girls because they look as young as 30. Come on. Please get your head back on your shoulders, sweetheart. Let's see what else she's got. Now all eyes will be on you, Joel. Will you continue to turn your back on your old friends while climbing further up Marc's backside? Here's former friends, and I use this term loosely because, come on, they're not his friends anymore. Jack turned on him during nominations tag and put him up saying, "Oh, I didn't have a choice." You did have a fucking choice. Nick, Chloe, and Danny were still facing potential eviction. You could have picked any one of them. Joel was your best friend, and you nominated your best friend saying that he's just been dangling around the new Time Warp housemates for too long. It's called making friends. This is a social experiment. Come on. I'm starting to think Mark's right. You weren't able to make friends on the outside, and it's easy to see why. Because you behaved like an utter bellend. How Jack stayed so long, I will never know. But still, Joel has the right to decide whether or not to turn the other cheek when it comes to Jack. Quite obviously he hasn't, and he's siding with Marc. Good on him. Because that will really increase his prospects, and not only will he have the friend for life, he'll probably make the final now, whereas if he stuck with Jack, I would have ruled him out like I had done previously. So, there you go with that. He's not climbing up Mark's backside. He's distancing himself from people who treat him like shit. Let's see what else we've got. She says another thing. Master Marc has a spell on the desperate girls and gays. Wonder how Simon's partner feels about him saying that he's his soulmate. Come on. This is again another part of ignorance and homophobic behaviour. Oh, so if it's a straight man, he can't like Marc, and it's only gay men that can like him. No. That is wrong. That is bitchy. That is evil. God. She makes Laganja Estranja look bloody human. She makes Fifi O'Hara look almost decent. And to be fair, I have given her another chance watching her jail video. So, that joke's said in jest. But come on, she makes the attitudes of Fifi on Drag Race look decent. Come on. Let's see what else we've got. Nothing else there. She's probably taken a long break before swiping into him. But come on! Oh, it's only girls and gay men who like Marc. Please get fucked. Honestly. Come on. You can be a straight man and like Marc, for God's sake. Come on. That comment, the reason why I'm looking so shocked and can't find words, I'm too angry for words. That is just ignorance of the highest nature. My God, can someone please bar this girl from Twitter? Seriously, those comments are really, really bitchy and really rude. Most of the things that they're saying can be disputed. There's really no reason. Think through a logical argument. Use Twit longer if you have to. If you want to put a logical thing up there about why Marc is a bad person. Don't just put like little things that I can easily find a way around. Try and be intelligent with it. And quite honestly, the people slagging him off, not intelligent people. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. So, essentially, this is where we end on this. Marc is a good housemate. He needs to win, otherwise this series has been pointless. Done, dusted, let's move on to the second ramble. And this one is once again against the X Factor. This time our Australian version rather than the New Zealand version. Let's see what we have. Previous finalist, 6th place competitor Hayley Teal in 2010, she did the show. She finished 6th, like I said, and did quite well. And if it wasn't for Ronan being such a kind of like a not just Ronan, Kyle as well. They were both being nasty and sneaky, and strategy as well, which shows Ronan did not know how to play the game. The game is supposed to find the next big superstar, not find it amongst your own people. Whilst it's good to get your people forward, you need to properly think and find it. If it's in another category, then it's in another category. There's not much you can do about it. And Kyle was all like, it's all about who's going to be an icon of Australian music. Somehow I don't see Luke and Joel getting articles like this in the Herald Sun. So I think Miss Teal's doing pretty well for herself. Either way, this is essentially what happened. Miss Hayley Teal said the show is about drama and backstory, and that the producers pegged her as the gay girl. They really wanted me to cry about it and say, my life has been so hard, but I've had a great life. Apparently, when she was on Judges' Houses, a senior producer was trying to make Teal cry, and Hayley said, the producer was really pressuring me to cry and make up shit. I said, turn the camera off, I'm not going to cry for you. They wanted anything. They wanted to say I'd been bullied and discriminated against, but I hadn't. Everyone was cool when I came out. They were like, whatever. I applaud Miss Teal for saying stuff like this, because it really exposes how crappy some networks are willing to get for ratings. Have you not looked on social media? We are really fucking sick of these sob stories. Tell it once if you have to. Don't bring it up every single stage of the competition. It gets boring, and to be perfectly honest, we're kind of looking at it like, ugh, this again. Essentially, people said Joe Irvine was being kept in because of the Natalia kills Willie Moon thing. Excuse my language. And they can't really be saying that, because after that first week, his place in the polling rankings started dropping pretty quickly. And that was really sad, because he was a pretty good singer, and I wanted him to go all the way. But, you know what? Things are as they are. And come on. The X Factor really just wanting to label Hayley as the gay girl who went through a tough life but can sing really well. I'm doing this again. I don't mean that in a use term loosely thing. It's kind... Or do I? The things I wonder. Anyway. It's a set... You know what? I do mean doing that. Because she wasn't. She pegged herself as Hayley Teal, a smart lady who could sing really fucking well. Come on, don't peg these labels on the contestants. Because it's really, really horrible. The fact that they wanted her to sook and whinge, and the fact that she didn't, and she stood up to them, but still made it very far, that kind of shows that she's got determination, and she's got balls for standing up to them. And we shouldn't be labelling people on their experiences on these shows. It just dehumanises kind of like the point of the show, which is to find a good singer, not label people as these sob story types. They eventually got what they wanted 3 years afterwards when T came on the show. And to be fair, I love T completely. He's a fantastic singer, but if what Miss Teal is saying is true, and I completely feel that this is true, because she doesn't seem like the type of person to lie for attention, the producers kind of got what they wanted. Even though T sung well, he was pretty much known for his breakdowns and crying during, like, 2013. 2014, he really cleared up, and he made it pretty far into the live shows with Nat as his mentor, and I'm still pretty much really pissed that he still only made 7th place. Like, he could have easily gotten a spot in the final. He was that good. Like, really? Really, guys down here? Anyway, instead of getting furious about this, we should just act indifferent to X Factor when it comes on, because as Willem Belli says, indifference is worse than hate. So instead, let's go and do something else that will really, really help people that need it. Miss Hayley Teal is apparently launching a 5-track EP in St Kilda a couple of nights ago on Thursday. I'm going to try and check if it's going to be available on, what's it called? iTunes. And so far I haven't seen anything, so I've added a post to her saying if it'll be on iTunes. But her EP is called Do You Love It? And it's got a nice little parental advisory sticker on the left-hand side, which shows that she can really go in all guns blazing and all fists are swinging. So, if you're in Australia, go down to one of your local music stores and request it. Because I'm going to. I really want to hear what she's come out with. And to be fair, look at this single cover. Girl looks freaking gorgeous. Miss Feng is everything, and I need to just plug that back into the computer, otherwise the battery will run short. She looks bloody amazing. So, let's, instead of getting really angry about the X Factor, because I've pretty much just done it for you, monotone as it was, and mind-running as it was, I've just done that for you, so let's go out and go and support Hayley Teal's EP. Hopefully we can get her really noticed, and hopefully this will mean a really good start for her and her dreams. So, that's pretty much that done. So, I realise now, thinking back on this video in my head, that, I really have been doing this monotonely, and it's pretty much due to my throat hurting. I don't think this is the return to form that most people will like, so if you're disappointed by this video, I'm really sorry, but there's not much I can do. Anyway, other than just be me, there's not much I can do. Anyway, that brought us to the end of that, so if you liked it, please put something there, either a like or a comment or a subscription, or if you didn't like it, you can put something there as well, because I welcome nearly every single comment now, and I'm kind of going to use these kind of comments, along with the stuff I'm reading from the Katie Hopkins kind of page, to build up my backbone, so hopefully things go well. So, say something if you watch this, and if you feel like this has stirred something in you. Okay? Right, so, normal jizz, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Normal biz, I was supposed to say. I'm going to take a break before I head to this trending takeover, and maybe get a Strepsil. Because I've spoken for like the last 22 minutes, and my throat's really getting tired. Anyway, I will see you guys next for the trending takeover with some nice teen wolves and humans. Can't forget Styles. We cannot forget Styles. Anyway, until then, I'm signing off, so there's really nothing else left to say other than bye guys, see ya.